Hello there. Today I'm going to tie a small damsel nymph. This is a fairly easy and fairly cheap pattern because I'm not going to use that many materials. But first up is it's going to look something along the lines of this. Fairly small, fairly nice weighted fly, and for still water and rivers as well, this is a very nice pattern because there is a lot of these out there. If you've ever seen these small dragonflies, these small green and red dragonflies, then this is the nymph of those. So it's something that's quite abundant, and the trout will feed on these, and they will have seen these for sure. So in order to ensure that this fly is gonna fish correctly, I just applied the small eyes here made from metal underneath the hook to kind of make them a keel, something like that. And then I'm gonna take a small drop of super glue here, crazy glue, like that. So it's gonna stay in place. And then I simply make some turns all the way around here. Like that. Okay, that taken care of, I'm gonna move down to about the tip of the hook, something like that. The hook I'm using here is one of the new Arix hooks. And I really am fond of these. This is the traditional shrimp, which also is very nice for larger shrimps, larger nymphs, because it has this very nice curved shape here. It looks very well on the flies. What we're going to do now is I'm going to take a marabou feather. This is woolly bugger marabou, but ordinary marabou will work as well. And we're going to use this feather for most of the fly. So I'm gonna have some strip some off here to have the tail of this fly, and the tail here needs not to be too big, needs not to be too bulky. So about something like that will be sufficient. I'm gonna tie this down around there and have a look to see if it fits the size of this. You can easily tie this in larger size as well. That was a bit too bulky, too big. Oh, that's too small. I'm gonna take a new bundle. Sorry about that. I messed this up. Well, you know, that can happen. Happens to us all, I think. Well, at least it happens to me a lot. Yeah. Like that. And take a small new bundle here. Be careful not to take the tip of the feather, because we need that for later. So around there, I would say. Yeah, that's fairly nice. You can simply just tie this down. This will help build the bulk of your body later on, and that's nice as well. So something like that. I think these down here are a bit too long. Like that. Okay, then I'm gonna take one strand of crystal flesh here. I'm just going to cut this into two because I want one on each side. Not too much bling in this one. Like that. And then one on the other side as well. But a bit of flesh is nice, but not. Be careful. Sometimes trout can be wary of flesh like this. This is a nice fly for New Zealand and for trouts in still water in particular. So with that being done, I need a bit of another type of flesh. I'm going to take some Flashaboo, and this is the speckled copper. The color is called here, and it's nice because it has a lot of as you can see, some mottle. It's not completely just flash. There are some dots, black dots on this. Take 4 strands of this. And simply just tie it here on the side here, making sure it's even. See, I only have 3 here. That's perfectly fine. Also, I'm gonna take this off to the side now, and then I'm gonna use the rest of the feather here, except the tip. I'm simply just gonna take a bit of marabou here, just rip it off the feather, and I'm gonna use that as dubbing for the body of this fly. And marabou is nice to use as dubbing. It has these small, what do you call them? These small, fluffy feathers, hackle thingies that stand out when you use it as a dubbing. So it gives the fly a nice rocket, nice lifelike look. I think lifelike is probably the best term I can use for this. So it really is. It really makes the fly look like something a trout should eat, basically, because it looks like trout food. Like so, only about halfway up here. Then I'm gonna take this this flash here, and I'm gonna turn it. Just gonna twist it a bit if it's not together like so. I'm gonna turn it as a rib, as a copper ribbing here, like that, all the way up. So I'm on top of the hook. Then I'm gonna double it, like that, and tie it down again. Because then I have something that can hang. I can simply hold back here, and this is gonna be part of my wing case. So I'm just gonna leave it there. Hope that makes sense. Okay, and the reason why you saved the tip is because you need it now to make a part of your wing case as well. So I'm gonna take this and cut off the tip here, so you have everything nice and tidy tied down onto your tip of the feather here, and then I'm gonna tie down the tip here. Sorry about that. Like so. Cut off that stuff. So, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take a feather, a partridge feather. And because I want to use this partridge feather as legs for this fly. And I'm gonna do a nice trick with this partridge feather. So, I selected a partridge feather. If you don't have a whole partridge skin, which is nice, then a bag of loose feathers will do nicely as well. And I'm simply gonna, first I stripped off all the stuff, the crap you don't need down the lower part of the feather. But then I very, very carefully fold back the fibers that I do need. So you get a feather that looks like this. And this I'm gonna tie down so the curve is gonna be up like that, because when I turn it, then the feathers will all be aligned the correct way. Like that. Okay. Then I'm gonna take some of the marabou stuff I've left over, put it onto my tying thread, like so. And then I'm gonna use this marabou dubbing to complete the wing case, the thorax. Here. And this is okay. This is a bit more bulky than the other stuff. So first I'm gonna turn the feather like that. I'm gonna tie it down around there. So these partridge feathers will stand out to each side, like that. I'm gonna cut the feather off. And then I'm gonna take the marabou first. Like so. To make sure the partridge feather stands out. Gonna cut that off. And then I'm gonna take the flashabou, the copper flashabou, put it on top like that. Turn it all down. Cut off the flashabou, and if you need, now you can take a bit more dubbing, only a little bit, only a little, and only if you need, to cover your tying thread. And to form a better looking front part of this fly. But take only 1 or 2 marabou strands at a time. See, I'm using very, very little, very scarce, very, very careful and deliberate. in order not to overdress. Then I do a whip finish. And of course would apply some super glue or some varnish, and then the fly here is done. There you have it, a very well working small damsel nymph. Thank you for tuning in.